The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout has announced their annual total that they've raised and donated back to local fire departments and charities, and it was a record breaker, they announced Monday night.
Yeah, and you were there for this. So last year, we were pretty excited because they raised more than ever before, and you know, they've been talking all along this year. Remember, they did 2 races this year. They did the offshore first, then they did the regular big shootout. Well, they raised a lot of money again and some big record-breaking numbers announced.
Yeah, $675,000 in 2023. And so the anticipation was growing. People were waiting to see the check unveiled as your board of directors was on stage at Dog Days Bar and Grill Monday night, the new host location recently announced for the shootout next year, and $730,000 was the total amount raised. Pretty cool, from $300,000 raised in 2018 to $730,000 this year, with so many organizers relying on these vital donations. The shootout cannot and will not slow down. With tonight's donations, the shootout has given back a projected $5.5 million to the Lake of the Ozarks since 1989. That is coming from Shootout Executive Director Leah Martin. So packed room, great venue. Mark Barrett, proprietor of Dog Days Bar and Grill, in the house. Leah Martin, Shootout board, so many familiar faces, and it was a good night celebrated by really big numbers for these local charities.
Well, and remember, there's big changes coming to the shootout next year. They're changing venues. They're leaving Captain Ron's, going over to the Dog Days area in the Oasis theme park area. They're expecting that to be even bigger than ever before and raise more money than ever before. We'll obviously have to wait and see how that turns out. But how was the atmosphere last night? Was it everybody getting along and happy with each other and okay with all the big changes announced and everything?
Oh yeah, it was a night of celebration. You know, you had the charities there, and you know, when it comes down to it, that's what it's all about, is the local charities and nonprofits and fire departments. And so they knew this was their time. They got to come. They got to get that big check and find out all those volunteer hours, all of the organization they did to getting their people there in that sweat. Now their organization is going to get that big payoff, and so that. And of course, new always brings, you know, conflicting feelings and thoughts, but I think it was a good night as Dog Days, not a place that's open this time of the year on a Monday night, so they got their first look at a shootout event. Big night for Mark Barrett, I'd say. I mean, getting to host the announcing of the largest check presentation in shootout history.